Do you have a problem? You know, you could try going downtown to either solve it or make it exceptionally worse. We know what happens when people get drunk. Some even get crabby. But what happens when crabs get drunk? Crabs might not be the most biologically similar to humans, but they can provide insight to drunken human behavior. Our study is specifically concerned with the behavior of males under the influence in the presence of females. Male fiddler crabs have one large claw, which they use to attract a mate, kind of like humans flirting when they're drunk. They can even fight with other males to reduce competition. Size matters. The bigger the claw, the more attractive.
To study the effects of alcohol on male fiddler crab behavior, we used 2 separate cages to create a controlled environment. Each cage had sand, salt water, and food, and housed 3 females and 3 males. However, they differed in one way. The 3 males in one cage shared a similar claw size, while the 3 males in the other had 3 different claw sizes: small, medium, and large. This allowed us to account for the variation in male crab behavior due to claw size. For example, a male with a very small claw is unlikely to exhibit aggression toward one with a large claw, knowing that it would probably lose the fight and maybe even lose a claw. To begin the experiment, the appropriate males were placed in the cage together with their randomly assigned females. The males' behaviors with one another, along with their behaviors towards females, were noted. After 20 minutes, the males were removed and placed in their separate containers. This served as the first control condition. To test the alcohol experimental condition, 2 milliliters of 70% ethanol was placed in a 100 milliliter solution of water and salt. This solution was put into the water container for each of the 6 males, who had 15 minutes to consume and digest the alcohol. Next, the presumably intoxicated males were placed back in their female cages, and again, their behaviors were noted for 20 minutes. Fortunately, none of the crabs died over spring break.
The second week, the same procedure was followed to obtain the second trial of the control data for each cage. However, we decided to change the way alcohol was administered because we realized the previous way made it difficult to control intake. Instead of putting the alcohol solution in the water containers within the males' cages, the equal amounts of solution were placed in 6 cups. Each male was then placed in one of the cups for 10 minutes, allowing ingestion and absorption through the skin. The drunk male crabs were then placed in the appropriate female containers once again. Their behaviors were noted for 20 minutes. Afterward, the data from each trial were compared to see if there appeared to be a difference in male behavior after the consumption of alcohol. This experiment gives insight into the behaviors of organisms in the presence of the opposite sex while under the influence of alcohol. After analyzing the data, we expect the alcohol condition to result in male fiddler crabs becoming more aggressive with other males in the presence of females compared to the control condition. It is important that research like this is done so that we have a better understanding of the effects of drugs on organisms.
Stay high like a sparrow when we're wasted.